I'm teaching a series right now at our church on angels. And I have gotten the biggest kick out of this because I think, and I don't have this, just reading different reports of different people. Buck White wrote a book on angels on assignment, and I've done a lot of research theologically and things like that. And this is the funny part is I've come up with this conclusion. This is me talking. Okay? I think the angels must look at us sometimes and go, this is not heaven. What are you wanting me to do? You know, this is not heaven. It's not going to happen that way. We have unrealistic expectations of life, and you need to write that down. I have unrealistic expectations of life. And I want you to ask yourself, I'm going to give you just a few minutes, I want you to ask yourself, who set you up for that? Who set you up for that? Because somebody predisposed you to believe that life was supposed to be a certain level or a certain perfection. You know, my dad raised 2 sons, and then I was the baby. And the reality was, he expected me to be perfect. And I was. Just kidding. That was a joke, okay? But, you know, the thing about it was, he had this expectation of me. And I worked so hard to live up to it. It was exhausting. And there was nobody on the face of this earth that I loved more than my daddy. I mean, I just thought the sun rose and set on him. I mean, he was my only parent after my mother died when I was 9. I mean, he was the world, you know. And I mean, the thought of me not satisfying and pleasing him, and you know, I mean, that would have just been, I couldn't have handled it. But you know who did that to me? It was me. It wasn't my father. It was me doing that because I felt that that's how I could please him. But what I did is I set myself up for feeling like such a bitter failure because I didn't give myself any gray areas. So I want you to look at the person next to you and say, hey, I got some gray. You want to see it? You're all like going, do I really have to share with them that? I don't really want to do that. I really don't want to do that. Okay. So, number 2 is you have to get a grip on reality. Oh, wow. Get a grip on reality, girls. Come on. Now, the reality about getting a grip on reality is, is you will need help with this. All right? This is the deal. You must have others involved in this. Your perspective must be balanced. The only way that you can get a balanced perspective of you is not by just looking in the mirror. Okay? How many of y'all have favorite mirrors in your house? I have a favorite mirror in my house. It makes me look gorgeously skinny all the time, okay? I love that mirror. The other ones, I don't even look in. I always go to that one mirror. Well, you know what? You need to have friends in your life that see you as beautiful. And no matter what you do, you need to be able to go and say, you know what? This is a reality check. I need your perspective. You have to help me be balanced. Do you know what? If you don't have someone like that to help you stay balanced, you will become well, you know the word, okay? It's not nice. But you're going to be deceived. And that's exactly what Satan wants. He wants you to be deceived. He wants you to think that you know that you are just fine and you are wonderfully well. But the reality is you need perspective. You need to ask somebody, am I working too much? I need somebody to help me, you know. You need someone to help you balance. How do you find? No, you know, say, well, I don't want my friend telling me that, you know, I'm not sweet and I'm not nice. I'm not talking about all that. You know, you should always be sweet and nice, hopefully. But you know, there's some things in your life that you need a perspective on. You know, Is it your job? Is it your career? Is it the way you're dealing with your family? What is it that you need perspective on? It could be on your health. Listen, some people, you just totally lose perspective on your health because you want to self-diagnose. And the reality is you got to go to the doctor, right? To get a correct diagnosis. Well, sometimes you need to go to that friend. You're going to have someone help you to face your reality. So, say that with me. Okay, Kathy. All right. These are the things that will happen. Spiritual reasoning. These are areas that we have to get a grip on, okay, is our spiritual reasoning. Spiritual reasoning is assuming someone always knows how things will turn out. I'll always be ill and in pain because I am a loser or because I am I don't know, fill that in. Because I am this or I am that. Because I'm extremely wealthy. Or because I'm going to always live in this trap. Spiritual reasoning is something that gets out of perspective really easy in our lives, doesn't it? Have you ever noticed that? It's easy to get spiritually strange. Okay, it's easy, isn't it? It's really easy. And so we have to hurry. We have to have that person to help us get that grip on and give us, a real check on how we are observing our lives spiritually. You say, well, what do you mean, Kathy? Well, sometimes you need balance. Okay, I'll give you an example. I have a friend that started working on this type of getting their life in reality. And they had this problem because they were always looking for something in the scripture that nobody else had ever found. Have you ever met anybody like that? They always want a great new revelation, and everything. Oh, I'm fasting and I'm praying for 6 weeks, and God's going to give me this revelation. And I'll never forget. They came and they told me what their revelation was, and I'm going, right, okay. No, that's my revelation. I'm going, oh, okay, well, all right. And they said, well, you knew that? And I said, yes. Okay, but it was not a revelation. Why? Because they were living in their own cave. Okay? When you have a perspective spiritually, you're out of the cave. Okay, come on out of the cave. And find someone who you know is spiritually mature and say, help me get a perspective on my walk with the Lord. If I'm being flaky, tell me I'm being flaky. Okay? Because there's a lot of flaky Christians out there. All right? Really, there is. Hello? Okay. And I've been one. All right? Hi, my name is Kathy Baker, and I have been a flaky Christian. Okay. Emotional reasoning. All right. Emotional reasoning. When we're getting a grip on our reality, we have to check our emotional reasoning. Okay. This is really hard. You say, well, what is emotional reasoning? It's relying on your emotions for your reality. Relying on your emotions to interpret your reality. I feel so useless. So I am. I'll just be useless. I can't tell you how many people have told me. Sometimes I said, they'll sign up to do something and I'll call them and say, okay, I'm just calling you, calling to remind you, you signed up to help with this and that. And they go, oh, I just feel so useless. I just don't think I'm going to make it. I'm going, really? Well, I'm going to help you get over your uselessness. I'm going to give you a helping hand. Okay? Listen, if you say it, if you allow your feelings to judge your way, you will get into trouble, okay? And helplessness, feelings, and self-esteem are controlled by outside factors. Have you ever had those moments when you really felt helpless?
Yes.
Okay, where you just really felt like you couldn't do what you needed to do, okay? That's okay. I'm telling you, it's not weird to feel that. Okay? And it's okay to come to someone, to that friend, to that person that you're walking with that's helping you, and saying, you know, in this area, I really sincerely feel helpless. I feel totally, I'm not empowered in this. I don't have any faith for this. There have been times in my own life where I knew that God could do something, but I didn't have the faith to believe it. And, you know, it took me years to realize that was understandable. I'm human. Yeah. It's okay. It's not that I stay there, but it's okay that I don't become crippled because of my helplessness. I have to keep moving forward. So what happens when we bring out those things into the light? What happens? It takes the power of that grip off of us, and we have to say, wow, I can get balanced, and I can get a healthy grip on my life and not be helpless. And let me tell you what helplessness does, and I'm going to give you this one word. It makes you feel lost, okay? When you have a feeling of helplessness and it continues to take a grip of your life, you begin to feel lost. You just totally lose any kind of perspective. Okay? I love this scripture. It's in James. And James, the 4th chapter. And this is really kind of our key scripture today, is that if we will humble ourselves before God, that He will lift us up. It says that if we will humble ourselves, that He will exalt us. Isn't that amazing? We find our greatest strength when we say, God, I can't. Because it's in our humility God provides us with grace.